I think a very important component of all triathletes training programs, whether you're entry level or quite established in the sport, would be a strength and conditioning program for your core. So you're working on core strength and stability, and by that I mean the muscles basically that attach to the pelvis and that hold it stable while you're exercising. I've come up with a nice little routine that I think focuses on a nice balance between basically the four groups that I think attach to the pelvis, which are your deep abdominals, your lower back, your glutes and your hip flexors. So the first exercise is commonly called the plank position, or elbows and toes, bows and toes. What you're doing is you're starting in a static position, and then there are several progressions. Obviously with each progression you're trying to make the exercise a little bit harder, so as you get more competent you want to progress the level and I guess the amount that your core muscles have to engage and work. That's the whole premise, I guess, with any strengthening program. So you can bring in little progressions such as different movements, alternating the leg movements, bring in movable objects to, once again, to increase the degree of difficulty and increase the level of engagement of the core muscles, because ultimately we're trying to strengthen them and work them under load. The premise with all these exercises, as with any exercises you do in the gym, is to focus on great technique. You want to be doing these things reinforcing good habits, not bad habits. So the next exercise I do is called hip bridging. More of a stress on the muscles at the rear of the pelvis as opposed to the first one, which was more deep abdominals. Once again, I'm stressing the muscles and trying to bring them up to the running alignment under load and hold them in that position, and then adding in little progressions. The next exercise is reverting back to predominantly using the deep abdominals, so the muscles on the front side of the body. It's a variation of the old 6 inches exercise, as they used to call it, or leg raises. And as you'll see, it's basically alternating between the Swiss ball between my feet and my hands, and really working the deep abs whilst trying to keep the small of your back on the floor, keep it level. This is the last exercise of my little staple routine. Once again, it's a variation of an old standard. You've probably seen this exercise plenty of times. I added in a few of my own little variations. This exercise is a little more dynamic, a little more advanced. Obviously when you add in movement it becomes harder to stabilise the core, so yet again another progression. You can call this one what you want. I like to call it Crowie's balls. So in terms of prescribing numbers of reps of these exercises, I think it's best to do it in terms of time. I think each run through of each set of exercises should in the beginning be 30 seconds. Obviously the goal is to progress, and you can progress a couple of ways: by adding in movements, becoming more dynamic, getting a little faster, and also length of time. So ideally each run through should take up to 90 seconds, and that's turning the muscles on, engaging them and